News from the United States where President Joe Biden has said that he is going to stand down from the presidential race and not seek re-election to the White House in November. He has said that he will step aside as a candidate and he will focus on fulfilling his duties as president for the remainder of his term. He adds he's going to speak to the nation later about his decision, so this information has come to us via X, formerly known as Twitter, the social media platform where Joe Biden has posted a letter. It reads, "My fellow Americans, over the past 3.5 years we've made great progress as a nation. Today America has the strongest economy in the world. We have made historic investments in rebuilding our nation, in lowering prescription drug cost for seniors and an expanding affordable health care to a record number of Americans. We've provided critically needed care to 1 million veterans exposed to toxic substances, passed the first gun safety law in 30 years, appointed the first African American woman to the Supreme Court, and passed the most significant climate legislation in the history of the world. America has never been better positioned to lead than we are today. I know none of this could have been done without you, the American people. Together we overcame a once-in-a-century pandemic and the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression. We've protected and preserved our democracy, and we've revitalized and strengthened our alliances around the world. It's been the greatest honor of my life to serve as your president, and while it has been my intention to seek re-election, I believe it is in the best interests of my party and the country for me to stand down and to focus solely on fulfilling my duties as president for the remainder of my term. I will speak to the nation later this week in more detail about my decision. For now, let me express my deepest gratitude to all of those who have worked so hard to see me re-elected. I want to thank Vice President Kamala Harris for being an extraordinary partner in all this work, and let me express my heartfelt appreciation to the American people for the faith and trust you've placed in me. I believe today what I always have, that there is nothing America can't do when we do it together. We just have to remember we are the United States of America. So that is the letter that has been posted in the last 10 minutes on X, formerly known as Twitter social media platform, and it was only 18 hours ago that on that same social media account Joe Biden said that this is the most important election of our lifetimes and I will win it. But of course we've seen over the last few weeks growing amounts of concern that Joe Biden's health isn't good. We know that he's been isolating because he was found to had COVID, but we were expecting him to return to the campaign trail tomorrow, having been told by his doctor that his health was improved, proving and that he was fit to continue campaigning. But a growing number of Democrats, including senior Democrats, have expressed concern that he is not fit enough to continue in the campaign. Let's speak to our correspondent, David Woodell, who's following this live and developing story. So David, we found out about it, as is the way in 2024, on social media. Yes indeed, not just a tweet in this case, but a whole letter, and I've just been reading through it. You've read some of it on air in recent minutes. Out in the newsroom we're dashing to cover this as best as we can for you. Let me just bring you some of the details of the letter. The President Joe Biden said, "Today America has the strongest economy in the world." He's gone on to detail some of the achievements of his presidency, but then goes on to say that he believes it's in the best interest of his party in the country for him